Hi, my name is Elliot. I am a fashion stylist. I've been styling for nearly 10 years now. I work within music, fashion, advertising, and editorial. I draw a lot of my inspirations from every day, from real life, from different, not subcultures, but I did a shoot recently which looked at Jewish men as and so I used that and the way that they carry their hairstyles. I've done things focusing on Rastafarians and done things looking at punks or various youth cultures, and often what influences what I do is films, very influenced by what happens on the large screen. As many stylists or people in fashion are influenced what happens season by season. As the fashion calendar, you have spring, summer and autumn, winter, and they might be influenced by how the trends happen each season, but for me it's kind of what happens as people go about their daily lives. It could be the way that a young guy or girl wears their hat or their skirt or what they're wearing, and those kind of things influence the way that I work. My favourite shoot for Trace was the genealogy shoot, which I shot with Misha Richter for the New York or American issue of Trace. The story would be called Genealogy, and it was based on black love in the 70s, and so looking at couples and families. So we brought children into it, we brought babies, we used Rastafarians in the story, which for me was quite key, because often magazines only, not Trace, but magazines per se, only ever feature shaved-headed black guys, and so for me bringing that element of other elements of hairstyles and of culture, bringing that into a fashion story was quite key for me. My biggest challenge is to continue being myself and continue trying to push boundaries and trying to be creative on a daily basis and keep reinventing myself so I don't get stagnant and get used to the way that I work. And for me, my challenge is each week or each month when you get a new project, not to just rehash what you've done before and trying to still keep pushing boundaries.
Organic Rocker is about 100% passion, attitude, and originality. It's influenced by punk, it's influenced by reggae, it's influenced by hip-hop, it's influenced by metal. It's about daring to be different sometimes as well. I mean, because some aspects of black style is very conservative, yeah? And then some aspect is really, on the other edge, from another planet. And it's about being different, and about walking in your shoes, and about, cutting style, so that you look good to the girls or the guys or whatever your thing is. People try to dictate what you should or shouldn't do, but don't let anybody tell you you're not cool, because you're cool.
My name is Wale Adeyemi and I'm a fashion designer. I've been involved in fashion probably about 8 years. Just making stuff for friends. I used to buy a lot of second-hand clothing. Back together again. That was a bit of fun, and then I ended up making a career out of it. I didn't really want I just love clothes. I never saw fashion designer. Sort of love. I just had a love for fashion.
What makes my clothes unique? Well, one is the way I cut. I'm cutting with a strong understanding of what traditional bespoke tailoring is, in particular English tailoring. The attention to detail in terms of design, fabric, texture. I design fabric, so there's an enormous attention in the use of different yarns and mixes of different types of fabrics together. And of course, and I'm also known for colour. So I'm a colourist, in fact. So I even use, it's been said I use colour like an artist. So I fuse all those elements together. My background has had a great influence on me because, you know, my father was a teacher, he always wore suits. My father was, you know, quite strict. So in the respect of me becoming a designer, I had to make sure whatever I designed, he accepted, and in the same breath, I was cool amongst my friends. So in fact, that's why tailoring was the road I chose, because I knew I could keep his respect with that. And in the same breath, I knew a new way of approaching it so I could be cool with my friends, and that's how I kind of developed myself as a tailor. I think the fashion business is truly one of the most difficult businesses to be in. The most successful have someone who runs the business and someone who does the creative. At least in the beginning, you've got to start yourself, and you know, and you do it in a very basic form. You make something that people like and maybe sell it to individuals to start off with and then build from there. Career-defining moments, it can be small and it could be big, you know. I remember the first fashion show I did in Paris as a tailor. You know, that was a defining moment. When I closed Savile Row and did the fashion show, I had 40 guys lined up from one end of the street to another. A catwalk show, my first one with Givenchy, was very significant for so many different reasons. One, it was the first time that Givenchy men's had ever done a fashion show in the history of the brand for men. It was the first time that LVMH Group had hired a known men's designer to come and work within the group. And then there's the obvious about being the first black man, you know. That in its own right is hugely significant in the group. It's not even talking colour or not, because I don't. You know, if you're talented, you're good, you're good. It's not, the rest of it's not relevant. But in terms of what it meant in France, to the ethnic communities there, it was enormous. If you get encouraged or pushed forward as someone that people are inspired by, then I accept that. And I know I inspire, because I want everyone to win. You know, I'm very pro success, and I'm pro success of everybody.